Hey y'all. Okay, so I know it's been a minute for this little series, this little journal we're making, um, but we've been doing some things. As you can see, I have a new little background here I'm recording on, and it took us a little bit of time. We had to set me up another place to record, so my husband built me this table and I really love it. This is actually like real wood. We didn't finish it or anything. I have pictures on my community tab, so if you want to see what my new little recording space looks like, then you can go and see the pictures on there. And I'm really liking it. I got a new mic also, so I'm trying that out. Hopefully it comes out better. I did like a little test thing and it seemed to work better. I bought it because it has like a mute the background option, but whenever I use it, it makes my voice like sound like a yo-yo. It goes in and out, so hopefully just the regular setting works and y'all can hear me better. Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of things, and that has been taking up my time to do any recording. So I'm excited to finally get back into this though, so we can get this journal done. And I'm also working on some other videos in the meantime. And I have another really huge Temu haul of like just a bunch of stuff that I got, and I wanted to share with y'all. I think y'all will also like all the stuff that I got. So and y'all seem to really like seeing everything that I buy from Temu, so I've been working on that, and it's a big one. I may have to even bust it into two separate videos, but anyway, so we are working on this journal, and if you are new and don't know what we're doing here, I have two other videos showing how we got here so far. And we have already made our signature, and we sewed the signature in, and now we are doing the covers. So this is what it's pretty much going to look like when it's kind of all put together. I have not done, these are just being held with all the clips and stuff, just to give you an idea of where we're going. I changed a few things up, but not much. So I did add another, oh my god, a fuzzy. I did add another magnet. You know what, let me just undo it, and then we'll go from there. So this is the front. These are not attached yet because I wanted to show y'all how I'm going to attach all of this and put all this down. So this is the front cover, and I put a glassine bag on here. We're going to have it as a little like side pocket on the cover. I was going to do some more layering on here, but I didn't want to cover this butterfly up. So that's why I went with just a flap, and then we'll decorate this with either an insert or the I just put this one on here. It's just a scrap piece just to hold it to remind me that I want to do that, because we have a magnet on the inside. I'm taking advantage of it, well, because here's the inside, like here's the outside cover, here's the inside, and we put a magnet on this one that sandwiches the spine. So that one goes like that, and then we're going to put this over, it'll cover that magnet, and then we have our envelope that has our magnet in there. But I added another magnet here just in case, because if I add a lot of stuff into this envelope, or if I want to tuck some stuff underneath it, if I want to put some loose pages or maybe a picture, anything like that, then I can just throw that on there, and with the double magnets it'll have a better hold. So that's why I did that. So I'm taking advantage of the magnets on the inside front cover, And that's where I'm using them on this one. I don't need to put any magnets here because I'm going to just use it from that other side. And they're strong enough to hold through these layers. So I got some scrap sheets, and I'm going to put those down first and glue that just to cover from the edges, because what I did for these is I ripped them up a little bit. I talked about doing this in the last video, I think, and I just used this little thing here. You can also use your scissor edge or your fingernail. I kind of do a combination of all of them, and I left a side on one of the covers to show y'all kind of how I do it, the process. So we're going to layer it like that, but we need to tuck our little pocket in there first. So all this is going to be glued down just like that. And of course, I mean, we're going to have our pretty pieces like that. And then we will decorate this pocket and have our magnet on either whatever we glue down, or we can have it just as a separate like decorative tag, or you know, whatever we want, and then it can go like that to keep it all closed. So hopefully that made sense. And then on the back, I just have it all clipped. And I think, and I did not distress the edges for the inside cover pieces, only the outside cover pieces. So the two inside pieces are just left plain, and you don't have to distress yours. I just wanted to do the little bit of layering like that, and I like the look of it, so that's why I did that. Yeah, and I left this part undone so I can show y'all how I do that. And also, I don't think I explained that these pieces for the cover, this piece here and this piece here, it's like a thin cardboard, and I got those from a paper pad. I got this paper pad, I think at Michael's, yeah, a long time ago, like years ago, and I just put, I rough cutted how much I would need for these here, so like that. So I had 2 or 3 of these that I cut, and I didn't need this whole piece, so I just left it there, but that's where these came from. So that's the thickness of my my covers. I cut out 4 pieces for the size, like whatever size that you're making. I didn't give, like, I don't think I give exact dimensions for this because it can be any size you want it to be. There's no like specific size or anything like that. Okay. And then these pieces, I showed y'all, still clipped over here. Okay, so I showed y'all where all this came from, I think in the first video. And this was like a big long strip of lace or something like that that I got on Temu also. So I just cut off a piece for the spine. So what I'm going to do, let's see, what should we do first? I'm thinking, you know what, let me just move this out of the way. Let me put all the stuff for that side over there so I don't get the stuff mixed up. And then all the cover for the back side, I'll leave over there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do first, because the fabric has to go down first, but what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to glue that down, and then I'll glue that down, and I don't want them to be glued in the middle. I just want to do the edges, and I'm not even going to do this part, just these two here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and while that is drying, maybe we can work on, oh, you know what, where is, there we go. I'm going to have to pull these up. started to pre-tape everything, but then I was changing my mind, and I know better than to do that, but I still did it. Alright, so let's see. I may have to pull this one off too. Okay, and this does have a side, and I want that side. Yeah. So, I don't want it to be too tight. So I'm going to let the book kind of hold up. And then lay that where I want it. I can't see the top, so I'm going to guess it's even. That looks about right. That tape is helping hold that in place a little bit, so that's good. Where is it? It's actually almost on that line perfectly. Okay, and I'm using the Fabri-Tac. You can use whatever glue that you feel will hold it. Fabri-Tac is just my favorite for, especially for a spine. I want something that is going to have a really good strong hold and not let go on me. So this is pretty simple. This is a really easy spine, but really decorative. It's really pretty. Okay, so then we're going to take our lace, and I think this has a side too. Let me see. We got shiny but lines. Yeah, this is the side. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to lay it over, try to get it somewhat even. It's not going to be perfect, but just best as I can. And this one doesn't have the tape to help hold, so I am going to just, whoop, you know what, let me just do it like this. I don't want to glue it down really tight, so just glue enough for it to catch, because these papers are going to be over it too, so there'll be enough to hold it. I forgot to bring my hand sanitizer down here to clean up after the glue. So the one downside that I can think of right now with having the recording area downstairs is all of my stuff is upstairs. So I have to try and think ahead of everything I'm going to need, because I don't want to just move everything down here. So I have to really try to prep and think of everything, because I can't just run upstairs real quick and grab whatever and just leave y'all hanging here. So okay, so while that is drying, I am going to work on the other cover. Let's see if I can just sit this maybe to the side. Okay, so I just want to show y'all really quick. That's the inside for the back cover. And then this is going to go on there like that. This is the back side. And then here is the top piece for the back side. I have that glue everywhere now. I need to remember to bring some of that down here. Okay. So this will get a little messy. Usually I do this over the trash can. Right now I don't have a trash can, so but you do want to do that, and you want to kind of keep it at arm's length, because you don't want to breathe all that stuff if you're using something like this. So, you know what I didn't think of? If this is going to be too loud on the microphone. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all just a little piece, and then I'll just do it with my scissors or my nail. So, because this part's not the important part, really. So you just scratch it like this, and it just tears up and kind of roughs up that edge. Actually, I'm glad I only did that little piece there, or I've just left myself that little piece there, so that way I don't really have a lot to do. This is my favorite little tool for doing like distressing and making things look old and tearing up the pages. So now I'm just gonna like rip all that off. I'm just kind of ripping away at it. And then it shows that white core. So then what you're going to do, let me get this out of the way. Oh. Okay. So then you're going to take your Distress ink or whatever ink that you use. I use the Distress Oxide Walnut Stain, and just give that a little bit so that it covers up that. You don't have to cover every inch of that white. Some of it showing is fine. I like it actually. So you don't want it perfect. So then I go back over it with that just to clean it up a little. It just makes it look more like unique looking and not just like I just ripped it. It looks more like complete. So that's the back one. That's the back, yeah, that's the back one. So this is going to go down first. And then this goes... Sorry, my throat and my sinuses have been giving me a lot lately. So yeah, so we're gonna go like that. So let's go ahead and put all those pieces together. Oh, also I was gonna tell you, if you don't have magnets or you don't want to use magnets, I get my magnets on eBay. But if you don't want to use magnets, there is another option that you can use for connecting, or not connecting, but holding down your envelope to the page like that. You can use the Velcro. I get these at Walmart, and they're super tiny. They're little bitty. They're like as big as my pinky nail. And these I got on Temu, and they work the same. These are just cheaper, but I buy both. I use them for everything. I cut them in half and then have like a little half moon shape, and I use those for my closures on a lot of my envelopes because they are clear and you don't really see it, and it holds like perfect. So and they're not too strong though to where you're gonna like rip it, you know, like whenever, if you put like a something that it has like a really strong hold or tack to it, and then it's gonna like rip your pages or whatever. It's not gonna do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this front cover. I'm gonna do the, whoa, I just threw that thing. Alright, so we're gonna do this in layers. So let's see. First we have this one here, and I'll show y'all a little trick I use. If I am putting something down and I need to make sure that it's straight, but the tape is going to catch it and then I'm like crooked, which is fine, you can do that. You can always fix it with adding in another layer on top where you got off, cutting, trimming up on the part that's over. Like I've done that, it's no big deal. But in order to get it straight, what I like to do is put the tape on the bottom part of whatever I'm laying it on, and tape on the top part of the piece that's going on it. So all I have to do is line that top part up and then slowly lay that down. And I'll show y'all. I have a I think, well, it might be on the other page, but y'all see as I do it, you'll see what I mean. It just makes it come out like more straight, and I don't have to struggle as much. Although I did not think, when I was doing this, I did not think about, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the top of the page because of how I'm having to record. So I'm going to have to take my best guess here because I don't know if, you know what, let me do it this way. Oh, come on. Oh, well, look at that. The thing just came off. Okay, well, I needed that. Well, I'm not going to be able to go grab another one, so we'll just have to make this work. You know what? I'll just work with the Fabri-Tac. Okay. So here's my top piece. So I'm going to just line mainly just the sides and the top as best I can. I can't really get over it to see if I'm straight. So I'm just hoping that I am. And it looks like I got it somewhat okay. Alright, and for this side, I'm just going to use the Fabri-Tac. This side doesn't really need a strong glue like a Fabri-Tac. I was going to use my white glitter glue stuff, but I just broke the needle. So, okay. Alright, so before we lay this down, I'm just trying to hold it over a minute because we need to put our little piece in there. It's going to go like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Oh, come on. There we go. And it's going to be like that. Just like that. And then we glue that one down, or tape it. I've already pre-taped it. So I just got to pull all this off. Okay, so then we just lay this one on there. And I can't really see, I think that looks about right. Okay. So now you can see why I put that first paper down, that scrap paper, because you can see around the edges where I kind of tore it up a little bit. And I don't glue all the way, so that way I can pull a little bit of that, like that. And it has like a little bit of dimension to it, so I like that. And then we have our little magnetic little piece like that. Perfect. Oh, you know what I did not bring down here? Oh, wait, did I? Oh, I hope I did. Oh, I did. I have this one. Okay. I almost made a boo-boo. We are going to need a closure. And I need to put that down before I glue this back piece. So what I'm going to do is just use some of this, and I'm going to use one of these little bulldog clip things. So it'll just clip like that, and then I'll glue this down before I put that down. So that's what we'll do. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that. I mean, I could have still fixed it, but just would have been a hassle. Alright, so then this one goes on there like that. Our little magnet is right here, and I put a little magnet right there. So that way, that one has a little extra. Alright. I'm making a mess over here. Okay, so let me take all this tape off. And this, wait, is that, yeah. And then we will put this one down like that. I'm going to put just a tad of some Fabri-Tac just to make sure this stays, because this is our main piece here that's holding our spine together. It's the one that's sandwiching all of that. Actually, I need to put just a little line at least on that fabric right there. I just don't want that to come up. Whoa! Oh, I forgot about that magnet. Let me move that. That's why it was grabbing. I thought it was that tape caught that fast. Like, that's strange. Alright, so I think that's lined up. And normally I would use my brayer to really push that down. But I think, because I don't have it down here, I can just use this little guy. I got this on Amazon. And I am really liking it. I love this like flat point edge thing here. Okay, that is nice and secure. So now we can add this page just like that. This is what I was talking about before. I usually just put one piece. You know what? I think, oh, and I don't have no regular tape. Well, that'll be fine. I think what I'm going to do, because I needed some white glue for this, but I'm just going to do a little dab, because I don't want this to move around or anything. So I got it on that tape right there. There we go. Okay. So I just have that one strip right here of the double-sided tape, and I will line up. I'm going to leave that tape on. I'm just going to line this up first and get it where I want it, and then I can make sure that it's going to fit or sit how I want it to sit, and that looks right, and push that down, and then I'll come back and remove these and then lay it down flat. I do that so that if it looks like I'm going to be off, I only have to worry about getting that tape up and not pulling up the whole sheet. So, and it can ruin the whole sheet of paper, it'll rip it or whatever. I just find it easier to do it this way. And I really need my white glue. You don't need a strong glue for this part, but this is another one of those downsides I was thinking of, is I don't have all my stuff here next to me to just grab it. Alright, so now our front cover is done. So we have the little flap there, oop, magnet, and then our envelope. Wait, I can glue this. I just wanted to show y'all how I did this. This is just an envelope. It was I printed out. I just had it like in one of my files, and then I laid this down on some scrap paper like that. Traced it out so that it's not just like plain white. And also it will help add like a, what do you call it, like, so it's not, so the stuff, whenever we are slipping in papers and stuff, they won't get hung up on the magnets. So it just helps with that too. So, you know, I am going to wait and glue this part together. So I'd put some glue here and then just close it up. And then I will get one of these, cut it in half, and put it here and here. And that will close it like that. But I don't want to use any Fabri-Tac or nothing like that on it. I need my white glue. So I'm just going to wait and glue that together. So the front one is done. So now we just have the back piece. And we can start with the very back. Okay, so this one will go like this, and then this one goes like this. Actually, I can just put this on there first and then glue that all down. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So that way I'll be able to see it. Okay, so let me get all this off of here. And one more. Alright, so I'm just going to line this up. Again, just as best as I can. I can't really see the whole thing. So I'm just trying to eye it as good as I can. It's not a huge deal if it's not perfect. Alright. And then we glue this to this. I might add a little bit of the Fabri-Tac to that cheesecloth just to make sure. Whoa. Just to make sure that it's going to hold. Okay. My right side up? Yep. Okay, so now I'm just going to line these two edges here like so. And I think that is about as good as I'm getting. I did get off a little bit right there, but it's no big deal. Really, unless you go looking and nitpicking for something, you're not going to see the little imperfections like that. And if you give this as a gift or something, they're not going to be looking for stuff like that either. And if they are, then they probably don't deserve your gift, because that is just rude. Okay, so now we have the back piece. And let's see. So we're going to put this down right here. And then this right here, like that. But first, I forgot. Almost forgot again. I just remembered. We need a piece of this. Okay, I don't know how much I'm gonna need. You don't need a whole lot. Let's see. So that goes there. You don't need a whole lot because it's not gonna expand, you know, too much. But just to play it safe, I'm gonna give myself about that much, because I can always untie it from the clip and like shorten it, and then cut some off if it's too long. But I can't add more, so I don't want to do too little. So I would rather have too much. So I'm just going to do it like that because I don't know how much we're going to put in here when we're adding all the stuff. We have a lot of stuff. Oh, we have a lot of like pockets and flips and all kinds of stuff we're going to be putting in here. So, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to cut that little piece off. Okay. So that is going to be the closures. Yeah, that's way too much. But I can untie it here and shorten it if I need to. Okay, so now we are going to put this piece right here on there. Is that the right side? I think that's the right side up. So let me take this tape here. Let me move that for a second. So that will just lay just like that. And I did the same thing with this one. I just put the tape at the top of the page that I want to lay down. And normally I would not take those off just yet, but because I forgot about this piece and I kind of need to put it on there. And let's see. So I'm just going to try to line it up as good as I can. Again, if it doesn't have to be perfect. And that looks about right. And I need to come back with some of the Fabri-Tac here. So once you have it on there, then, and you know it's like lined up like you want, then you can just come back and glue all the rest of the parts down that you didn't put tape on. Just like that. And then we'll do the same with this one here. Is that the right side up? Yeah. And also, what I'm doing on this one, so I didn't put any glue here in the middle, and I'm not going to because it's going to be a secret little tuck spot. So the only part I'm going to put glue is just this one side. You'll see what I mean. So it's going to go on there like that. And I only have I only have tape on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to put just a little bit on the side, and you could pick either side. You could have your little secret slide in from this way or from this way. I'm just going to do it from this way because I don't want it to be messing with my spine. So I'm just going to do it just like that, and I'm going to put a dab. Is that coming out? A dab at the bottom, a little dab at the top, just to give it a little extra hold. And I'm trying to see if I am somewhat even here. I think I am. That's a little off. There we go. Alright, I think that's a little better. Okay, so then we have a little secret slide in right here that nobody will know, but you know it's there. I like to have those, and then I'll put a little note, like if I'm making this, say I'm making this for my sister, then I'll have the little secret tuck like that, and I'll slide like a little note, or I'll make a mini envelope and write her a little letter or something and stick it in there, and then I'll just wait for them to find it. And if it's like a long time is going by and they haven't found it, then I'll just tell them. But it's like a little surprise with your gift. Okay. Alright, so now we have, the spine is completely finished. And I love doing the spine like this because it has, as you can see, it has like this opening. I don't know, it's just my favorite. I love doing that. And then on the back side it's like that. It has texture to it. So now we are done with our front and back covers so we can get into doing some decorating, adding pockets, just try to do some page ideas, different things like that. A lot of the fun stuff comes from that part, like just adding in all the fun stuff. Making some ephemera. We're going to do a master board for this one because I saved all the pieces when I tore the pages down for the signature. So we have a lot of these like little scraps. So I'm thinking masterboard would be the best way to use all of those up. And then of course we'll come up with something to decorate this little front pocket. And this closure, it doesn't really need the closure to hold any of that down because it's all magnetized. But we will need the closure to hold the entire book together because it's probably going to end up being like that, like an alligator, because I never know when to stop. I make them so full. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video, and I'm going to try really hard to get on the next one. I have 3 different videos going at one time, so I'm really trying to get everything done at once, but I really want to work on this and get this done for y'all also. So, I don't know if you're going to see the next part of this one, like doing some of the decorating. I don't know if that's going to be the next video or if the haul, like I'm going to start with that. I think it's going to be 2 parts. Hopefully I can get it in one, but that might be next because as soon as I have one more shipment coming in tomorrow, and as soon as it gets here, I want to get that recorded and put up for y'all so y'all can take advantage of the same price that I get things for, because on that site, things, you know, sell out quick and the prices change really quick. So I don't know what's coming next, but it'll either be some more working on this or it'll be some of the haul. Okay. All right. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and I will see y'all next time. Bye.